Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Enjoy tons of bonus videos, including patron-only live shows, gameplay, and vintage 10 for the wins, access to podcast question threads, the Friendo Care Package, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And on today's Going In Raw News Beef, we talk Sonya Deville's scary weekend, WWE mass defections to AEW, we preview Raw and answer your questions. But first, is WWE going all Mad Max beyond Thunderdome? Larson, what's in the news?
Apparently WWE doesn't need another hero, Steve. After several days of rumors, WWE has confirmed that they are moving production to Orlando's Amway Center. We talked about that several times last week. And also announced their new interactive fan experience for their shows. They're calling it WWE Thunderdome.
Nice.
In a press release, WWE states that, quote, WWE Thunderdome featuring a state-of-the-art set, video boards, pyrotechnics, yeah, lasers, yes, cutting-edge graphics, and drone cameras. I'm less enthusiastic about the drones. Will take WWE fans' viewing experience to an unprecedented level starting this Friday, August 21st. That's my birthday. On Fox, kicking off SummerSlam weekend, it continues. WWE will take residency at Amway Center in Orlando and virtually bring fans to the arena via live video on massive LED boards. Again, like that bit Superman 2, that's the way to do it. In conjunction with the Famous Group and its proprietary technology for every Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown WWE pay-per-view event. Starting tonight, fans can request for their virtual seat to be part of the upcoming shows via WWEThunderdome.com or at WWE's Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter pages. My only hesitancy about the drones, you're in arena, it's gonna, I don't know, like the quality of drone cameras varies so wildly in my mind. What are you making that face for?
I'm trying to get on the Thunderdome. I want to be on the camera.
Oh, you want to apply at this exact second?
Yeah, but I can't. It's not letting me get in right now.
Here's the thing. I want the presentation to feel cohesive, okay. And you got some subpar drone camera flying around. That's not going to add a whole lot to the feel of the show, along with your state-of-the-art production television cameras. It's going to take me out of it. That's my concern about the drone stuff. I just want unity in terms of the visual look of the show. I don't want
not all drone stuff looks like 2011 GoPros, man. Some of the drone
I'm aware
stuff
of that,
looks
but
pretty...
it can vary quite a bit.
They have a lot of money. I hope that they actually put some money into the quality of the camera.
Now, if they take a drone to put one of their other standard production cameras on there, cool.
Yeah, you know what I appreciate about this?
Like the blimps they used to have at pay-per-views back in the 90s.
I actually do appreciate that they're not just saying, okay, hey, everybody, we're moving to the Amway Center, and that's it. It's like, okay, they're actually adding some sort of theme to
what they're doing is they're taking some of their record profits and actually investing it in the company.
See, all those layoffs were completely and totally worth it if we're going to get a real, true Thunderdome, Larson. I'm talking
We'll see about that.
Like mutant-type people wearing weird old leather, I don't know.
Post-apocalyptic type stuff, yes.
That's what I'm looking at, exactly. I think it'd be great.
Lord Humongous. So on and so forth.
Who's going to play Lord Humongous?
Well, it should be Sid because that was his first gimmick.
There you go. He comes out with limping with a cane. So that's cool. Right on. They're making a big deal about this. I totally want to register for this. I am kind of curious to see what the fan experience can be like. Are we going to get Weekend at Bernie sitting there in the crowd like great. We've seen before?
At Kansas City Royals games. Yeah, that was great.
This is so silly.
We got a lot of quotes here too. You want to get to some of these, or do you have more?
Yeah. So in the press release, WWE's executive vice president of TV production, Kevin Dunn, hyped up WWE Thunderdome by saying, "I wonder what his hyped up voice sounds like. I don't even know what his real voice sounds like. I bet it's Weasley. This structure will enable us to deliver an immersive atmosphere and generate more excitement amongst the millions of fans." Plural, millions, like million.
Well, I mean,
5.
It's more than one, so I guess in that sense, maybe. They occasionally approach 2.
Amongst the millions of fans watching our programming, around the world. While WWE Chief Marketing and Communications Officer Brian Flynn added, as WWE takes residency at the world-class Amway Center.
It was a pretty nice arena. We've been there a couple times.
We have reimagined our live event experience for today's environment. In partnership with the famous group, we will virtually bring our fans back into the show and recreate the interactive in-arena atmosphere that has been a staple of WWE events for decades. The press release concluded that these shows will shoot on a closed set with only essential personnel, and WWE will continue their COVID protocols.
So no fans.
As they may be.
Yeah. Well, I guess in the point of that, no fans. So later on.
Whoa. Yes, fans. Virtual fans.
Sorry. Virtual fans. So Kevin Dunn spoke to the Sports Illustrated following. I mean, he might have done this before the press release, but it was released after the press release. And he had a couple interesting things to say. Quote, we can now do things production-wise that we can never do otherwise. We're flying drones in the arena. We are putting a roof inside the Amway Center. We'll be able to project content onto the roof. So hopefully that's better than the Bray Wyatt Randy Orton Mania match. And so when a big star like Drew McIntyre comes down to the ring, the whole arena will turn into his content with lasers, yes, pyro, heck yes, smoke, projections on the top of the building and on the floor. It'll be a big, beautiful entrance, better than WrestleMania. He says more.
Wow.
Like the NBA, we're doing virtual fans. We're also creating an arena-type atmosphere. We don't have a flat board. We'll have rows and rows and rows of fans.
Wow.
We'll have almost 1,000 LED boards, and they'll recreate the arena experience you're used to seeing with WWE. The atmosphere will be night and day from the Performance Center. This is going to let us have a WrestleMania-level production value, and that's what our audience expects from us. We're also going to put arena audio into the broadcast, similar to baseball, but our audio will be mixed with the virtual fans. So when the fans start to chant, you'll hear them. We may have fans for certain entrances standing up and cheering for the typical baby faces, but someone like this is interesting. But someone like Bray Wyatt, who is so character-driven, the entire Amway Arena will become one big fiendom. So all the boards, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess all the boards will just be like Bray Wyatt specific.
Yeah.
That's our opportunity to be different from sports, where we can present these larger-than-life characters uniquely. This will be great for people watching at home across the globe, as well as the ones participating. So there's upping the spectacle, more lasers, more fireworks, all the pomp and circumstance they seemingly reserve for WrestleMania. Now they're trying to do that on a weekly basis to try to generate some excitement.
So I'm looking at the Famous Group's website right now. If you can, Larson, if you have it in your, it is actually pretty impressive. I'm almost positive. It wouldn't surprise me if they're working with these people anyways, like when SmackDown has those like big old graphics, or maybe that's just Fox. I don't know. But it's great. Like one of the first things you see when you go to their website is like a Baltimore.
Oh my gosh, there's a giant raven on the goalpost.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens. They have like, you see like a wide shot of like the arena, or the stadium rather, and there's like a giant raven that's like the size
flying
of the
across
goalpost
the field.
in
It's
between.
like something out of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. But if you look at their client list, it's pretty impressive, man. Obviously, like we just said, it's got the NFL. They did the Super Bowl for the NFL, Riot Games, Nike, NCAA Final Four, Gatorade,
Lollapalooza.
Yeah, All-Star, the NHL All-Star Weekend. So yeah, they have a pretty impressive resume here. So it does look like they're pumping. So yeah, 1,000 LED boards, cool. I mean, are the seats going to be basically replaced by like these virtual fans or something?
Would be the case. That would be my suspicion. Like the especially towards hard cam.
Yeah,
that's just going to be LEDs. Up until top of the frame, I would suspect. So I don't know, 10 rows deep, maybe a dozen.
Well, that's cool. I mean, look, man, it all starts with good creative. So we'll see.
I mean, this will generate maybe some interest for a couple weeks. If the creative is still lackluster, then it's not going to matter. People are not going to tune in just to see more lasers. I mean, I might, but not everybody is.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like creative has been. I mean, if you take Retribution out of the equation, I don't know. I feel like creative is as good as it ever really is. It's not like WWE has ever had stellar creative. Anyway,
here's the thing. They're telling stories, and they're telling stories competently. But like last Monday, I took the day off more or less. I didn't watch Raw.
Raw was pretty decent last week.
And I don't really feel like I missed anything.
Yeah.
Like I saw the essential bits what happened on Twitter. I don't really feel like I need to revisit it.
So
Whereas
you
back in
went-
the late '90s, I'm not saying they were perfect in terms of creative department then, but like in the Attitude Era, if I feel like I missed an episode, I feel like I was missing out on something because every episode something seemingly huge would happen
Yeah.
that you felt like you had to watch. Of course, I also just couldn't see it on Twitter, so maybe that's part of it too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely would have recommended at the very least the Randy Orton, Ric Flair stuff from last week.
Yeah, I just heard what happened. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, you are kind of missing out some like big story beat there. I don't know. I feel like I'll be honest with you. Like lately, I see a lot of stuff about like, oh, they're creative this or creative that. I mean, has there ever really been a time when it's been like so flippin' good? Like, yeah, the Attitude Era was pretty good and everything. Kind of feel like it's always just been sort of the same. Like there's bad weeks. There's like they go through spells where there's like really bad
yeah, that's definitely
weeks.
been the case. It's never been consistently excellent.
Yeah.
It's just
So
depends.
I don't know.
Like I feel like now if there's a baseline, they adhere to the baseline pretty consistently. Very rarely does it dip below baseline or above baseline. So I guess it
Yeah.
depends if you want. Do you want consistent, decent creative?
They dip below that baseline. They dip below from time, like they go through long
totally.
stretches.
But you go to the Attitude Era, and they'll have weeks where you're like, oh my gosh, this is 2 hours, and I can't believe what I just saw. And then 2 weeks later, like, wow, who crapped this episode out? I
Yeah.
just feel like the baseline in the Attitude Era there's much more deviation from that, and people naturally remember the high points.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a whole completely separate conversation to have. And
we're
I'm
supposed to be
kind of
talking about Thunderdome here, Steve. Come on.
I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate, but if you look at the Attitude Era, the one thing that I think about with those crowds, anyways, it has a Thunderdome it's got like those people were just crazy in the stands, and I think. Yeah, it had a stacked roster and there's a lot of cool stuff going on. There was a lot of crap in the Attitude Era.
Oh, there was a lot of crap too. Yeah,
but anyways, I think it's cool. It's gonna get me. I mean, obviously I have to tune in because of my job. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what it's gonna be like. Maybe there will be a new hook that will keep people coming, even just with the presentation. I don't know. But I'm interested, and it should be kind of cool, maybe, or maybe it'll be a disaster, and it'll be even more fun to talk about. Because
elsewhere in that interview, Kevin Dunn says they have like 2 days to test all this stuff.
Is this going down tonight? Is this starting?
No,
tonight?
it starts on SmackDown on Friday.
SmackDown. Okay, cool. Right
Happy birthday, me! Get the first Thunderdome episode on my birthday.
They did that just for you,
I know. Thanks, WWE.
You know what I really can't stand though, Larson? Crazy people who try to kidnap other people. And Sonya Deville had to deal with that this past weekend, and it seems absolutely terrifying, and
it does.
Kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you. The Tampa Bay Times reported over the weekend that 24-year-old South Carolina resident attempted to kidnap WWE superstar Sonya Deville. The report states that the suspect parked his car around midnight at the Idlewild Church off Dale Mabry Highway and Van Dyke Road. I shouldn't actually be reading all that.
Wait, this is all from the
I know. No, it's fine. Like just be cool, people. Anyways, they parked near our house and walked to a home. Walked to Sonya Deville's home. This person
go ahead.
Cut a hole in the patio screen, remained on the patio 3 to 4 hours while watching and listening through the windows. At 2:43 a.m., after the homeowner had gone to bed, he entered the home through a sliding glass door, activating the alarm. Thank God she had an alarm. The homeowner looked out a window, spotted this guy on the property, and fled with a guest in a car. DeVille then called 911. This person was still in the house when deputies arrived. He was carrying a knife, plastic zip ties, duct tape, mace, and other items, and told deputies he was planning to take the homeowner hostage. Sonya Deville commented on the incident, tweeting this: "Thank you, everyone, for your love and concern. A very frightening experience, but thankfully everyone is safe. A special thank you to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office for their response and assistance." Man, and I went to, because like his Twitter account was revealed, I guess, and I went to, and it's just like endlessly retweeting Sonya Deville, and it's like, dude, for God's sakes, man.
Apparently, according to this report, he had been planning this for 8 months.
Jesus Christ. What is wrong with people? I mean, that's all you can say in this situation, is that what is wrong with people, I don't know. Thank God she's okay.
Thank God everybody's safe. That's the thing. That's the most important thing, that everybody's safe. No one was harmed. No one was hurt.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
I mean, I'll be honest, I kind of feel like this guy would have been hurt pretty bad if if he had just appeared in front. Because she's a former she's legit, man.
Yeah.
She's legit, but nobody should have to go through that crap.
No.
Flipping idiots, man. And, it's funny because it kicked up like kind of a conversation I noticed on Twitter. Sean Ross Sapp said something like, hey, by the way, also, don't stalk people at airports either. Well, that's totally true.
You've been hearing things about women wrestlers getting like fan mail at their homes, at their home addresses. And it's like, well, how are these people getting home addresses?
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Like somebody paid $450 or whatever it is to buy an Alexa Bliss cameo, and they used it to like get her to respond to a date request. Like, I know that she was simply acting in the best way she possibly could, but I kind of wonder if that kind of thing would then cause wrestlers to say, hey, you know what, just because you paid money doesn't mean I'm going to respond to you being creepy. Because that's not, I'm sorry, man, but that's just not cool. Like, what do you think she's going to say to that? You spend $400 to ask her on a date?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think the response, like she's so flippin' nice that she like responded in a very polite way, but she had every reason to like, I don't know, man, to no sell the entire thing.
Yeah, I think people, like people need to respect boundaries of wrestlers.
Yeah,
when they're at shows.
Yeah, and
they're approachable, then that's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when they're out in normal everyday life, they're private citizens like you and I. Yeah. And treat them as such. Respect their privacy, and certainly, don't send fan mail their home addresses. That's messed up.
Yeah, dude. What the hell? Although I am actually kind of guilty of something not like this, but of this. So when I was in my early 20s, I happened to see that Garrett Morris, one of the original primetime players of Saturday Night Live, was on the same flight as me, waiting to board. So I approached him, and he was in that movie. You remember that movie Jackpot? It was
vaguely,
Those twin director guys,
the Duplass brothers.
No, they came later. Oh God, they also did they out of the movie. Anyways, so they did a movie called Jackpot that me and our old friend Manny were really into.
Yeah,
it was like shot digitally too, and that's one because we were really getting that stuff. And Garrett Morris is hilarious, and he's great. And he had like a couple lines in that movie that just cracked us up. And I went up to him and I offered him I looked at his bio, sort of peeped, and he had like, because his boarding pass was just out, and he had like a really crappy boarding pass. And I was like, hey, you want to swap boarding passes in exchange for a quick line into my video camera for my buddy? And he said, I don't need your boarding pass. What do you want? He was like the nicest guy. Like he chatted me up and everything. Yeah. Just the nicest guy. These days, I would never do that. Yeah. I would never do that these days. Because there's also kind of a different celebrity culture these days anyways. Yeah. And really no excuse for me doing that back then. But it seemed like no harm, no foul. But yeah, no, sweetest guy. And he did it. And man, he just like completely popped. But yeah, dude, no. Long story short, don't be like me when I was in my 20s. Don't be like this guy. Just be cool, okay?
Yeah, just be cool. You see wrestlers out in public, have dinner? Let them have dinner.
Before we continue, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Raycon. Larson.
Yeah?
When you're sitting in front of your computer recording one of our shows or listening to some new dope jams, do you actually want to listen to what you're listening to, or do you want to listen to whatever your family is doing?
Well, you know me, Steve. When I'm working, I want to concentrate on what I'm doing, whether that's recording a podcast, recording some music, or listening to the newest, freshest jams. I need a great pair of earbuds to make sure I actually hear what I'm trying to listen to. But did I drop hundreds of dollars on a pair? Oh, no. I checked out some wireless earbuds from Raycon. Raycon earbuds start at half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market, and they sound just as great as the other top brands you know.
Their newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best ones yet. With 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a compact, comfortable design that gives you a great noise-isolating fit.
Whether I'm working or working out, my Raycons have become my go-to wireless earbuds. They're comfortable, sound fantastic. Unlike some of those other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are stylish and discreet. That means no distractions from stems or dangling wires while I'm trying to be productive. You've probably seen celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Brandy, Mike Tyson, and company co-founder Ray J wearing their Raycons. Now you can pick up a pair and see what the hype is all about.
Now's the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/raw. That's buyraycon, BUYRAYCON.com/raw for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/raw. Holy crap, Colt Cabana just rated us. What's up, Colt Cabana?
Hi, Colt. Thank you.
That's so nice. That's so absolutely nice. Twinewinder says we've been raided by the Dark Order. He's not with them. He's just hanging out. Didn't you hear the guy?
Yeah.
Don't you guys watch Dynamite?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of Dynamite,
so nice.
Apparently everybody wants to go to AEW.
Everybody wants to hang out with Colt Cabana there on Dynamite because, according to the Wrestling Observer himself, Dave Meltzer, everybody's been hitting up AEW to find out. And that includes everybody in WWE. Larson, what did he say?
Yeah. So, Meltzer caused a bit of a stir over the weekend when he claimed on a recent Wrestling Observer Radio that, and these transcripts are from Wrestle Talk, quote, virtually everyone in WWE, including guys who've claimed different at one point or another, have called up people in AEW trying to see what they can get or have had interest. But Roman Reigns, and there's a couple of others, but Roman Reigns was basically of the top guys. He was the only one who never even inquired. So Dave says of all of the people in WWE, only one, Roman Reigns. Apparently, he kind of contradicts himself. Roman, and there's a couple others, but Roman was basically of the top guys, the one who never inquired, so he ain't going anywhere. So this claim was met with a lot of skepticism across wrestling internets. Sportskeeda's Tom Colahue reported that, quote, very few of the people within WWE that I've spoken to support the rumor that practically everyone has contacted AEW at some point. In fact, one personally openly told me that, quote, I don't give an F about AEW.
Whoa.
And then Universal Champion Braun Strowman took to Instagram to throw tons of cold water on Dave's claim, dubbing Meltzer Dork Marksler.
Oh, you can do better than that, Braun.
Yeah, no, it's not that clever. And he called his report fake news. Heel by Nature got a response from Braun as well. And Braun stated that he doesn't quote, like being clickbait for lies.
I guess we can't. Colt Cabana just subbed. Thanks for the support, Colt. Man,
thank you, Colt.
All sorts of love. That's awesome. Pioneer in wrestling podcasting, by the way. That Colt Cabana. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It wouldn't look. Here's the thing: these men and women, they're all professional athletes. They're all in the business. Why wouldn't they be asking around to see what else they can get with a different company?
Definitely. I mean, yeah, if you're in a situation where you're, especially a few months ago, and your contract was coming up, you got to do your due diligence.
Yeah, man.
To get yourself paid.
Yep.
If that means sending out feelers to AEW just to start a conversation, just so Mark Carano or someone else in WWE executive offices catch wind of that, add an extra zero to that paycheck of yours, that's just good business on your part.
Yeah. I wonder who the DDP... Remember, like, back in the day, wasn't it like DDP was like the guy that people in WWF would contact to see how much they can get in WCW?
Oh, really?
Wasn't like Nash? Didn't Nash say something like...
Oh, maybe.
You know, like...
He and DDP were friends, so...
Yeah. So I wonder who the DDP of like AEW is.
I don't know.
These days, hooking up people. I
don't doubt there's has been a number of people in WWE to say, hey, you know, AEW, what can I get from there? Is there any interest? Whether it be just to improve their own negotiating posture with WWE or not. Mm-hmm. To cast such a wide net and saying basically everybody but Roman Reigns has inquired. And it seems like overstating things.
That's total bullshit. Didn't we hear didn't Randy Orton just sign a contract?
Yeah.
Like after making numerous jokey references about AEW on his own social media. Mm-hmm. So I really doubt that he would. He's probably about to be WWE champion. But yeah, I don't know. That always Uncle Dave. Dork Marksler, that's the bigger story. Can we actually put that? Can we use Braun's face in our thumbnail with Dork Marksler next to it? Let's zoom Colton and see what he.
There you go.
Hey Colt, let me send you the Zoom thing. You can spill the beans on this story. Anyways. Speaking of WWE, all those wrestlers trying to get out of their contracts are going to be on Raw tonight. Here we go. Kicking off with Shawn Michaels returning to Raw following Randy Orton's attack on Ric Flair. Is he gonna wag his finger, man?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. He's going to try to super kick him, I'm sure. And also, there's only 2 items on
Is he going to get punted? He's got to get punted, right?
Yeah, he's totally getting punted.
Yeah.
Is Rey Mysterio returning to Raw this Monday? I don't know.
Yeah. Or he's going to wait for the Thunderdome.
Maybe.
Cool.
That would be cool.
He'll probably be back. What was the last time we saw he had his other eye, or he had his eye taken out? And then last week, Dominic had it was the lashes. It was the lashes.
Yeah, I missed that. You missed
it. Hey, dude, I'll be honest with you. There was some cool shit happening on Raw. Those lashes were legit.
I saw the aftermath, and that looked rough.
Yeah, man, it was bad. It was really bad. Anyways, I think we've got some questions here from
we do
the friendos.
We posted question thread, one right after another too.
We posted, yeah. It's because I saw yours and I was like, oh, I need to tell them the formula. Here's the thing: you can't bury the leave your questions thing after like the first. The first line has to be in giant caps. Leave your questions here.
Well, I just did it and I realized while I was doing it, so I don't have the Kevin Nash GIF. So I knew
you got to use the Kevin Nash.
Well, I didn't have it. It's not on the Twitter. It's not on the GIF keyboard. I couldn't do it.
I'll send it to you.
It was like almost 11:30. I'm like, well, shoot, there's no question thread up. I'm just gonna do it real quick.
Where's our flipping mods? Let's see here. All right, there we go. Here we go. Fear and Loathing. Cal Jack finally gets his TNT title shot at Cody. He wants one of you to join him at ringside to even the odds. You both have to decide who goes. Here's the thing. Cal would never make us pick. Cal would never say, hey, I can only bring... It's honestly, it's both of us or it's none of us. Because if just you goes, everybody's going to be saying, where's Steve? If just I go... When I went to the Performance Center, I don't know if I told you this part, everybody was like, hey, where's your partner? Where's your partner? Where's your partner? I was like, what do I care?
It's like, we're not connected at the hip.
I said, I don't know. He's an idiot. Leave me alone.
He decided he didn't want to come. He'd rather stay at the office.
I'm building up the sack to get a really bad Undisputed Era interview.
I came all the way here to put my arm on Kyle O'Reilly's shoulder.
I'm here to invade wrestlers' personal spaces.
Panda Police Club, form your own retribution. Make any combination of 5 to 10 wrestlers from any of the 3 brands. It's all the people who got released that haven't signed elsewhere. So Rusev, Mike and Maria.
Okay. Isn't that it?
I think so.
Well, I mean, technically, Heath Slater's still trying to get an
That's
Impact.
kayfabe, brother. Oh, Chris Hero. There you go. Cassius Ohno.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Chris Hero would be the leader of that shit.
Hell yeah, man.
He's great.
And Tanara Conti.
Yeah, I don't know if she signed with AEW or not.
Yes, her and Anna Jay, I think, got to the finals of that tag tournament. I saw that, or at least the semifinals.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Let's see here. Anthony F asks, we've got Fight Club and Thunderdome. So what other movie gimmicks do we want to see, and who do y'all want in them? He says, how about Vince gets in a Rancor pit? For
That's
those
good.
Who don't know, that was in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. What about Real Genius?
You reference that movie so much.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's good. It's really
good. Dude,
good.
did I tell you? Do you know what movie me and Lacey watched this weekend? After Hours, the Scorsese flick.
Oh, that's good. It's really good.
No, it's not. It's terrible.
No, it's good.
I hated that movie.
Oh.
When's the last time you saw that movie?
Oh, it's been a while. I liked it.
Oh, it's bad.
You don't like Griffin
literally, Dunn? The movie, he's not terrible, but he's got, this is messed up. Back in 1985, he had really bad teeth and a nasty unibrow, and it was so distracting. Otherwise, that movie is not good. I thought for sure I was like, okay, it's Scorsese. He's probably on tons of cocaine. This is gonna be a solid flick. And it's like, oh, it's an underrated Scorsese flick. The entire thing just smelled like pee.
Well, I think that was like what New York was like back then, man.
Yeah, dude, but it was not like it was just. We'll have another conversation about it. I watched
so David Schilling on Twitter.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's referenced a movie called Blank City, which I never heard of before. It's a documentary about late 70s, early 80s, like independent filmmakers in New York, and it kind of dovetailed with the music scene there. So that was like the scene that Sonic Youth came out of. So saw that, I was like, oh shit, I'll watch that.
Yeah, sure.
And so I watched it last night, and it's really interesting. It's worth checking out.
I'll check it out. That sounds great. That sounds awesome. After Hours did not recommend.
No, go ahead and watch it. I liked it when I saw it.
You know what though? You and I, for the Friendoville channel, let's rank Scorsese movies.
All right.
Not right now.
No, for Friendo Club TV, right?
Later. What would you say like the worst movie is?
Of his?
Yeah.
It might be Shutter Island. I thought the movie was garbage.
I kind of like that movie. Man, did you see Lovecraft Country on HBO?
I've heard of it.
It's terrific. First episode was last night. Just terrific. Anyways, moving on. What other movie gimmicks do I want to see? Cannonball Run. I want a Cannonball Run gimmick. They should do a Cannonball Run from the PC to the Amway Center.
That's good.
On tonight's Raw.
Sean, what wrestler do you think is best suited to host Unsolved Mysteries?
I feel like I just get this feeling. I feel like Ember Moon would be a fan of Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, that's a good answer.
I feel like Ember Moon would be a fan, and if you're a fan, then you might do a good job with it.
All right, I can't really beat that. Maybe easy. Will you guys try to get on Thunderdome? And when do you guys think you will do a video in person again?
I'm gonna try this again. Right now. WWE Thunderdome.
So I'm looking at Scorsese's oeuvre here, and I feel pretty good about saying Shutter Island.
You're crazy.
Well, a lot of people like that movie a lot. The end of that movie, when the reveal at the end, I was like, really?
Yeah, okay. Well, that's not,
But up to that point, I wasn't really terribly into it either.
I dug that movie, man. I thought it was cool. You and I are going to have a fight over what's going to place higher, After Hours or The Departed.
Oh, After Hours.
No way, dude. No way.
Departed might be second worst in my book.
Wow. This is the thing about The Departed. Everybody looked like they were having fun in that movie.
So, doesn't make a good film.
It doesn't make. It's not a bad film. Tim, I'm going to Disney World in 5 weeks. What 5 wrestlers do I take with me to enforce social distancing?
I mean, you got to bring Brock. No one's gonna mess with him.
I think honestly, just
naturally, I don't think anybody's gonna get within 6 feet of Brock Lesnar.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's all you need. Let's see here. Mikey Omega. What's the worst case scenario for who the members of Retribution end up being?
Ciampa.
Yeah, that is the worst case scenario. How about this? Ciampa, Gargano. For some reason, they're putting Adam Cole in there.
Yeah, like any of the main eventers, pretty much. That's worst case scenario. Technically an adult, if you had to run a company with any member of the NWO, who would you choose to help you be successful?
If I had to choose a what now?
Choose a member of the NWO to help you run a company. My first instinct says Kevin Nash because he seemed to have himself together for the most part.
I'm trying to think. Have any other wrestlers in the NWO like successfully run like a proper business outside? Like when I think of all of wrestling, who would I want to run a business? It'd be JBL. That guy like legitimately had like, it'd be like an investment company of some sort. And I would just hope that he wouldn't like, find me in the shower and he'd have just a cowboy hat on like he did with Edge that time. But in the NWO, I don't know. Didn't $1 Million Man start a church legitimately?
Mm-hmm.
He's probably making money hands over fist.
I think so. Mr. Juicebox What do you guys think is the coolest addition to the Thunderdome? Just bringing back pyro, man. Pyro and lasers and all that.
Wait a second. They haven't had pyro at the Performance Center? Really? Why is in my head I thought they had pyro?
Nope, don't think so. Did you freeze or are you thinking?
I'm thinking.
Oh, all right. Maybe they did at Mania, but otherwise, I don't remember.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I think I'm just thinking of probably AEW.
Heel
AEW's
Long
got pyro,
Heavy.
huh?
Heel Long Heavy says, I think Edge got smoke. Yeah, that could be.
They had
That's not the
lasers.
same as they've had lasers.
I mean, pyro's overrated, anyways.
No,
Kind
it's not.
of.
You're crazy. Noob and Company. Do you think Asuka will walk out of SummerSlam with just the Raw Women's title or both women's titles? Oh, it's both.
It's both. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of creative. I'm like, dude, we're about to have like Asuka walk out of SummerSlam with both titles. That alone is enough to say, hey, you know what? Whatever else you're doing wrong, you're doing that right.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's cooking something out there. It smells so good.
Alfie, if you could watch one pay-per-view for the first time again, which would you pick?
Probably that one with the end of an era. Or 31. That cash in.
It's really
that cash
good.
in at
Or
the
30.
end.
30 would be good too.
30 was great.
Not knowing that, or watching again, not knowing that Brock was going to lose.
30
Daniel
was
Bryan win
fantastic.
that title.
White Brownie, with Raw and SmackDown being live from the Thunderdome, do you guys think Triple H should ask Vince if he can move NXT there as well? No, because I think they just want to keep that at Full Sail.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. I'd be like, hey, dude, come on. I thought
at
they're
least
supposed
for
to be like
TakeOver.
Yeah, right? I think that's still supposed to be at the... Yeah, because they're debuting for SummerSlam. That makes sense.
Yeah. NJWP, now the indie promotions are on the network, will you do a Going in Raw view of any of their big shows? That WXW one they had on there sounds good.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. But we're going to get through the batch that we're sort of obligated to. I do want to keep on doing them, but there's no way we could adhere to like a weekly schedule.
No, monthly is...
But I think monthly is great. Yeah.
And then Matt Chat monthly as well. You know,
Matt Chat that... and there's one pay-per-view a month at least, and then that just leaves one just to have some fun with. So yeah, I think a monthly Going in Raw view I think is a good idea, and I really like the way that we're able to do it this past time.
Oh, that's a good question. All right, go ahead.
You go ahead. I don't have a question.
Fear and Loath and Steve versus Larson, the Thunderdome for controlling interest of Going in Raw. You each get a tag team partner, and he or she has to be a friendo. P.S. Enforcer not eligible. I would suggest then that Caljack not be eligible as well.
Caljack not eligible and Simon Miller not eligible. I haven't eaten anything today. A friendo. I'm assuming Colt Cabana, who now is officially a friendo. Not available
absolutely.
either.
Absolutely.
Right. Let's see here.
We can't have anybody with wrestling experience, right? Like proper wrestling experience.
Well, I mean, given that those are like the obvious answers, like who are you thinking of now?
Well, I mean, like I don't know if you consider him a friendo, but Simon Grimm knew who we were and wanted to talk to us about 10 for the win.
Yeah, he was Yeah, okay. No, that you can take him. He totally is a friendo. He knew it because he's OG friendo. That dude is all about 10 for the win. He was all about that. Crap. All right, so you got a legitimate wrestler, Simon Grimm. I know we've known other people. Dominion said, "Didn't Simon Grimm threaten Dork Marksler?"
Yeah, I kind of remember him saying something that like really kind of messed up.
Yeah, okay, I'll take. Everybody's asking me. 2 people are asking me to take Pacitti. I'll take Adam Pacitti.
All right,
from
there you
Pacitti
go.
Club.
There you go. I was just thinking of someone. That's why I mean, if that's the case, then like Simon Grimm is like a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
That's his livelihood. So I was asking about him. Say, how is he eligible yet? Cal or Colt Cabana is not.
Yeah, I don't know. We just sort of threw out random rules.
So if you take Pacitti, I'll take Sean Ross Sapp.
Oh, I still think you win. But Pacitti's really tall too. They're both really tall.
They're both very tall.
Pacitti might actually legit be taller than Sean Ross Sapp.
Maybe.
I think that's true.
Maybe.
All right, let's see here. Sean Barlow. They already have The Rock and John Cena. What other WWE superstars should appear in the Fast and Furious franchise? Apollo Crews.
New Day.
Apollo Crews. Remember his gimmick in We Book Raw?
Apollo Crews. Oh man, that was a good gimmick.
That was a great gimmick. He looked amazing.
Let's see what else we got here.
Oh, this is great. Blake Elizondo says, WWE Thunderdome, how could they turn the idea up to 11? Yay or nay, Fastlane Fury Road, where the main event is on the back of a moving 18-wheeler. They should do the thing with that where they have like the 18-wheeler, but they use the studio that they shot The Mandalorian in, where it just has like the giant board. So like you can just film it from all different angles, but it'll still look like it's moving really fast, but it's really not. You can have people being thrown off the 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's where you put the Royal Rumble at.
There you go. That'd be good.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Joshua Martinez, a lot of these creative things companies have had to do because of COVID-19. What's another idea companies should implement and one they should let go?
Well, it's hard to say what they should let go of because they're changing things pretty wholesale. Like they're making big changes right now, so that's kind of difficult to say.
Well, I guess in that sense, we should say they should let go of the empty performance center shows and
never go back to that.
Yeah.
And then what was the other question, or what was the first part?
One they should do, one they should let go.
I still think that they should do more stuff outside the performance center, like more mini documentaries. I still think those are great character builders.
Agreed.
This is a good question. Randy Potts. Play Nostradamus. Long term, what are the major wrestling headlines of 2022 going to be?
Oh, wow.
Somebody asked us earlier also when we think the next time we actually do a show together is going to be. It's probably going to be a little while. I honestly don't know. I'm like, I think given that, like, I kind of feel like this year, like, yeah, pandemic happened and it sucks. And I'm not, it totally sucks. But like, I feel like we made some changes here that are like sort of putting the channel back on track where we want it to be.
Yeah.
So I think that like we're in no rush to do anything. And given that the fall is coming up and by all accounts, by all the scientific minds are saying that the pandemic's going to get worse, I don't know that we're in any rush to do that. Because like when we do it, it's going to be like it's going to be added to our routine. So like, I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we'll play it by ear and just kind of wait and see how things go.
Major wrestling headline of 2022 is going to be...
There's some good ones here in chat. Jorge D says someone from AEW jumping to WWE.
Yeah, that's going to be around that time where it's possible. Fans back in arenas. I think that's going to be 2021. I would say something along the lines of, because ratings seem to matter, I would say that AEW would start sniffing at Raw's ratings. I could see that as a possibility, like in terms of the overall.
Brock
viewership.
Lesnar retires.
There you go.
John Cena materializes once again in our world.
I can't wait for December to look back at our predictions for 2020.
Oh, I know. I'm curious to see what those.
Really wish I had said that we were going to be faced with a worldwide pandemic. Oh, this is a great question. Jason Lewis. Other than Rusev's tank, what piece of wrestling memorabilia would you want to smash on?
Oh, goodness.
Wrestling memorabilia. The SmackDown fist seemed big enough. It seemed big enough. There might be like on the knuckle, like up here area. I think I could handle that.
All right. Oh, remember at WrestleMania 33, they had that ring above the ring?
Oh, yeah, there you go. It was all like inflatable, too. It was like plush.
It seemed like it, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So this is what I have. Do you want for predictions 2020? I have mine. Do you want to hear what they are?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm a little off. So I got Baron will be a world champion.
Oh, wow, yeah. He's falling down.
AEW will figure out that the Elite needs to win titles.
They did that.
NXT will regularly cross 1 million viewers per week.
No.
And New Japan will face one major defection.
Who's there left to defect?
I thought it was going to be Sonata. That's who I thought it was going to be.
I think that still might actually happen.
Yeah.
What did I say?
I don't know. You haven't written down elsewhere.
Oh.
Let's see who I have for champions at the end of 2020. I have Reigns, Universal, Kevin Owens, WWE, Miz with IC title, Samoa Joe with the US title. Tag team champs, I have the Viking Raiders and New Day. Women's champions, I have Shayna and Sasha Banks. Asuka and Kyrie as women's tag champions. Wow. Well, I got Keith Lee as the NXT world champion.
Oh, that's good. Let's see here. Predictions 2020? Is this?
Yeah, that should be it.
Oh, wow. This ain't going to happen. Ring of Honor is going to be sold to WWE.
They seem to be doing all right.
Okay. When did we do these? Did we do these in December?
Yeah, late December.
Okay. Wow. I have not one WWE former champion will leave WWE for AEW. So Brody Lee left. That was this year, right?
Yeah, he's a tag champ.
Matt Hardy left.
Yeah.
The Revival. Zack Ryder. Wow. I was off big time. Let's see here. Oh, okay. I got to by All Out. AEW is going to be averaging close to 1 million each week on TV. It's not quite 1 million.
Closer than my NXT prediction, man.
Yeah. Oh, wow. This, you know what? If it not for pandemic, this I still think is was a possibility. CM Punk will wrestle for WWE in 2020.
No.
If not for pandemic, I think that was possible.
Pandemic has anything to do with it, man.
And then I have Triple H will oversee Raw and SmackDown. It's still sort of nebulous as to what role he has.
Yeah. Who do you have for your champions at the end of the year in WWE?
Roman as Universal, which I think is possible. Wait, is he even on that brand? Yeah, he is on that brand.
Yeah, SmackDown, yeah.
WWE Brock, that's not going to happen. Intercontinental Andrade, he's gone the wrong way. U.S. champion AJ Styles, I mean, he's the mid champion on the brand, so it's kind of close. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, that's not even possible, but who'd have thought she would get pregnant? SmackDown Champion, Women's Champion Sasha Banks, that's a possibility. I don't have a women's tag team written down. That's interesting. Raw Tag Team Street Profits, they're the champs now. That's a possibility. They're going to remain. SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Revival. That's not possible.
What about for NXT?
I mean, they could be AEW tag champs by then.
It's true.
Oh, no, I do have women's tag champions. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. NXT UK, I still got Walter. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
The tag team UK Imperium. They're the NXT.
Yeah.
Jazzy Gobbert. She's not even there anymore.
Nope.
NXT Adam Cole. That ain't going to happen. North American champion Kushida. Well, he was in the tournament at least.
I have Dijakovic for North American champion. That's not going to happen.
NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. I suppose they could come back to her.
Maybe.
Tag team champions.
I got Forgotten Sons as NXT tag champions.
Tag champions. I got Lee and Dijakovic.
Oh, wow.
And then Cruiserweight champion Angel Garza.
I got Kushida. That's funny.
AEW, I still have Mox. Tag champion by the end of the year could be Young Bucks. I got the Young Bucks.
That's right. I have Kenny Young Bucks. And then women's champ, I have Awesome Kong.
I have Britt Baker, which is a possibility.
It's a possibility.
It's actually a heavy possibility, I think, if she stays healthy. So, yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
Anyways, are we good? Is that it?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. Thanks to Colt Cabana for the raid.
Thank you very much, Colt.
That. And till next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Enjoy tons of bonus videos, including patron-only live shows, gameplay, and vintage 10 for the wins, access to podcast question threads, the Friendo Care Package, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson.